from my producer to my director to switchers to whoever in this house, I am not a fool just to open my mouth to say things I do not have evidence. And you see, I was insulted by a certain man in this house who called me and said that, what do you have to say that the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, the money paid by the Ministry of Youth and Sports is a fiasco? It's not true. And they were paid less than $200,000. No, be with me, called me, looked me in my eyes, started insulting me at the big office in this house. The Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, I'm sorry. I am sad not because of the story. I am sad because almost every other person in this country, people are just mediocres. And Asembia Makawahano, time and events is confirming whether I was just ranting or I was planting a seed. I started panting. You started panting, but I want to quit. Auntie B, I want to leave.
I shall from so for telling me the catcher say, TV the brain about my TV especially the Nakupo my FM Taiwan TV. A woman of bachelor or 7 in some way to see update the beer and to subscribe and I like and I share and to Taiwan TV. I want to read my epic, cheers to the world.
From them so that they can keep whatever they have done, intend to do, their projections, and kill virtually every other family in this country for good. So somewhere me can cheer, ya be frame me can cheer when you be to me can brofu. Once I me can brofu until we some mammy for good to brofu. You see how foolish we have become. Men can cheer. And listen, they have actually used a very beautiful cloth to wrap their rot so you can see. So today, the Ministry of Youth and Sports, a cabinet ministry, is fighting with a miserable sector, enterprise of the nation, GBC. I say, me can't so much opa TMA opa jai. I kept fighting with my own sports crew that I know what I know. I am the only person that understands what I've read and seen. And I knew that there's danger ahead of this country. But let me once again assure you that there will be a new Ghana. A new Ghana that you'll be part of. A new Ghana that you are involved. A new Ghana that will not run away from you. A new Ghana that you can still hold that old wagon and tell us that put the red color here, put the green color here, put the gold color here, and rebuild this noble, beautiful country and make it better for all of us. And then, Ministry of Youth and Sports. Almost a name. Minister say, Wakotna Public Accounts Committee, yay all African Games. Media houses are working in an normal per rights from GBC. GBC say on your da. Maybe slow some count. GBC said no. It's GBC monopolized the broadcasting of whether all African Games or whatever. Me ba be catch sports for the say asamwo na wo se me boa besi na me no ka say hotels African countries ne beda ya me ye sikanya besia say ye fa host no besi ne I still have those documents abaino ya ye all African Games awie bebia Nigeria da ye Burkina da ye wan da ye wan da ye unim say Nash, Bessin ne Muntriai. Meanwhile, this government spent over $300 million. I am daring the sports minister. Come and sit here. Go to any other TV or radio station. Invite me and I'll come and meet you one-on-one. And I'll point to you that all you and whoever in this administration are nothing but thieves. You guys are thieves. You remember I came here to tell the sports guys that you entry a GBC car. Na GBC for document na. Extra say you entry one kado. A chrono document. GBC entry the car. I was called by a manager in this house. Ujafu. Men to asubium na. Why we are there about African games and I be GBC the beno. Say you kwa copyright. I am fan my. Meboa opening wo hear me. Wa pepem has say ya pa kakra. Uhume. Ano pe ya wutie wo fia ya. But I stood my ground because I know the nonsense that I was talking about. Until, was the last 3 days? The sports minister appeared before the parliamentary select committee on the public accounts committee of parliament. Yebusa finance minister said, sports minister, said, GBC, sports minister say they have paid Ghana Broadcasting Corporation in excess of $3 million. Watch this. Sir, right now, GBC. Because GBC is a camera, GBC camera, no. Even 580 krano muntiminye. Enti, adi ano na shemfinfin. TV no, wosha bonkum tum nifa tum apempem tum aseho tum wotemfinfin kete. Edu baby na yen na yadwen se GBC. As we use camera back up and you try all Africa. Hey, we want to be panic. I said, but then you we want car. Boom, yeah, they are going to be so. Pacho, my public accounts committee video no. Nyame na make you
with GBC to cover the All Africa Games, right? Can you share with this committee how much that coverage was for and whether payment has been made for same?
Yes, GBC was the official broadcaster for the African Games, the 13th African Games, and I can confirm that full payment have made to GBC. Do you have a chance what the amount was? I can't recall the exact amount, but I know that it's in the excess of $3 million US.
Excess of 3?
You paid GBC
yes.
in excess of $3 million US dollars for coverage of the All Africa Games.
Yes.
Chairman, I think that I would rest here and maybe the next time GBC appears before us, because most of the technicians who worked on the All Africa Games have still not been paid. And so we wanted to ascertain if you have paid. You had an arrangement with GBC to cover the All Africa Games, right? Can you share with this committee how much that coverage was for and whether payment has been made for same?
Yes, GBC was the official broadcaster for the African Games, the 13th African Games, and I can confirm that full payment have made to GBC.
Do you have a chance what the amount was?
I can't recall the exact amount, but I know that it's in the excess of $3 million US dollars.
You paid GBC
yes.
in excess of $3 million US dollars
yes.
for coverage of the All Africa Games. Yes. Chairman, I think that I would rest here and maybe the next time GBC appears before us, because most of the technicians who worked on the All Africa Games have still not been paid. And so we wanted to ascertain if you have paid. You had an arrangement with GBC to cover the All Africa Games, right? Can you share with this committee how much that coverage was for and whether payment has been made for same?
Yes, GBC was the official broadcaster for the African Games, the 13th African Games, and I can confirm that full payment have made to GBC.
Do you have per chance what the amount was?
I can't recollect the exact amount, but I know that it's in the excess of $3 million US dollars.
You paid GBC
yes.
in excess of $3 million US dollars
yes.
for coverage of the All Africa Games. Yes. Chairman, I think that I would rest here, and maybe the next time GBC appears before us, because most of the technicians who work.
Thank you. I must say this to whoever, from my producer to my director to switchers to whoever in this house. I am not a fool just to open my mouth to say things I do not have evidence. And you see, I was insulted by a certain man in this house who called me and said that, what do you have to say that the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, the money paid by the Ministry of Youth and Sports, is a fiasco? It's not true. And they were paid less than $200,000. No, me, called me, looked me in my eyes, started insulting me at the big office in this house. The Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, I'm sorry. I am sad not because of the story. I am sad because almost every other person in this country, people are just mediocres. People are just interested in protecting their businesses without protecting the future of this country. And that is what gets me mad and sad. Sebed and the GBC. Ministry of Youth and Sports, over 3 million. I said this on air with the sports guys, and I was calling, and I wish you were there. How this man looked me in the eyes and spoke. I respectfully said, sir, we live to see. He again reported me that I've threatened him. I knew what I na me nim dia make agiba kojo na me nim asem a make no aya nkofo adwe ye o say yes sorry ne ya betna ha ne ya bet ya tiem na ye ko. Listen, I am not Ghanaian because I was born here, but it is because Ghana was born inside of me. I know the nonsense I was talking about. Sir, today can you call me again and say what? Watch this. When I said that on air, I knew, sir, GBC director was called to a meeting to by force accept that he has been paid over $3 million. And the man said, I cannot succumb to that rubbish. You can choose to sack me. I am a professor. Sack me. And Asembia Makawahano, time and events is confirming whether I was just ranting or I was planting a seed. Look and listen to me carefully. Akufado, even though Kwakubichem is older than him, we did 103. Baumia, wafa Kobenebo and Kamepe. Even though Kobenebo is older than Baumia. So do not sit in that maggot in. They called me and I drove straight up to SARS Sports Stadium now, Kufuor here. I met some of them. Based in the Ghana Police Service in Triawonka. Based in the hotels in Triawonka. How would you want to disgrace a noble nation like Ghana to this magnitude? And you think that everybody should shut up in this country? And I am surprised. Jay Kufuor, with all due respect to you, Dad, you've been quiet for quite too long. Daddy, with all due respect to you, I love you and you know I do. Papa, you have been quiet for quite too long. Why you ding ache to do? Gamanche, yes. Abaidi aba or the gamanche ba. Ebia na usuro say this ba the gamanche be for from eba. Inte bia usuro so be kasa. But gamanche, you've been quiet for quite too long. Paramount chiefs in this country. As for the media, we are as corrupt as more than the definition of the word corrupt. Forget about the media. Me na me catch up. Me say Ghana and Central Juma no corrupt. Eti but penifo am memu ha mo kasa ye nananom ahemfo, where are you? And no man back sending me message. Okachem said, now I understand you. The same man no ne penifo abomidua. Some akasa ni krom kwan ye. Nyame na nne wo nana. Nyankopon wanyi wo ho. Sa wo chikoto wa menemu a wutum. Ehwe soro mframa. Nya Nyankopon, nyame ompe woto. Nyankopon nyege. Afei sports minister kasa wie me didi asem no yie. Yen kofa GBC MD no response. You see, he's been paid in excess of $3 million. Excess of 3 million can be 3.1, 3.2, it can be 4, it can be 5, it can be 6, it can be 10. Excess of 3 million. And yet something above 3 million, no, excess of $3 million. And when I came here, I was talking. A lot of people thought that I was just hallucinating. I was not hallucinating. I knew the nonsense I was talking about. Because if I don't have a shit, I don't sit. I have decided to end my career in broadcasting. And I'll come back to tell you tomorrow when I want to quit broadcasting. I'll quit. Take this from me. Tomorrow when I come, I'll tell you, I want to quit. Me, I want to quit. Honestly, I want to leave. I know your heart has started panting. You started panting, but I want to quit. Auntie B, I want to leave. Niyama, I want to go. Auntie Ama, I want to leave. Kwame came to me and said that my path is your path, but your fact will not be their fact. So prepare your ass and prepare your arsenals. Get ready for the battle. It may not seem too easy or smooth, but how rough will become will tell the laugh you would have at the end of the day. This is what he told me just last night. I want to quit. I want to go. I want to go. If you don't see me again, don't be sad. There's a better angle for our triangle to show the area of which angels can meet our angle of failure and help us to succeed. Let's sing to me carefully. And then, after the Minister of Youth and Sports, Kasawi, GBC, that patch of video now ready now. No, it was not a press release. I got a video. I'll send it to you. If you don't have it, no problem. Relax. I want a video to be played. Don't tell me anything about any document. If you don't play, I get up and go home. That's a fact. Man can't trust me. And you see, and then, anytime I am vindicated, I quit. Now, what's that here? Now what dream? No one who say, and ya kwakurabia ni ntimi nkura ne ho. Nkwakurafo ni bi wo ha. Our phone is over. GBC Managing Director. Intibo. GBC Director. After Sports Minister. These two guys, they are all in the same administration. Both were appointed by the president. Papa say, hey, debut. Yanji skabia. Ya bought video ni wia. Me the contract Ministry of Youth and Sports ni GBC sign ya betu TV so. What am I name say? Me the contract na betu TV so. But video no.
The benefit total payment to GBCs for GBC's benefit, I repeat, was $105,000, and that is what we got.
Now, but does GBC have any evidence to back what you're saying? Because I mean, the minister is the one in charge. He has made a statement.
Of course.
What evidence do we have?
We definitely have enough documentation. These monies are not paid in bags; they are paid through the bank, and they are indicated what the money is for. And before we do that, there's a letter we will receive from the ministry telling us whose payment it should be for. And so we don't act on our own, we act upon instructions. And that we have all the documentations, and we have everything in place to show that these monies, you see, public funds are not easily disbursed like that. GBC needs $3 million to do a lot of things. And if we got the $3 million, we would have gone ahead to start spending on GBC's needs, including procuring an OB van. We didn't get that money.
TV so kasay or a professor sabe mimi we apam secondary school enti answer na obewu say Ghana Broadcasting Corporation MD bekwa ko gina ni TV so to refute something by a cabinet minister. It means that ade no amen papa no hwe Utie asemna papa ne beka ya Ministry of Youth and Sports the Mirka issue statement. But before for GBC statement na omo tro ye no to TV ne so. The almost papa ne sign ya omo kwa edit ye de foforo buy no me pede de wo ho no. Na ye original. Mo we foforo buy. We are from the office of the Director General Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, Broadcasting House, PO Box 1633, Accra, Ghana. August 2024. Honorable Chairman, Public Accounts Committee, Parliament of Ghana, Accra. Dear Honorable Chairman, repayment for African Games and 2 technicians. Kosro kakrane munda hona menkaye. Medja. Medase. The management of Ghana Broadcasting Corporation wishes to respond to 2 statements made at the 20th August 2024 sitting of the Public Accounts Committee as a public interest questions, which was broadcast live. Per an agreement with the Ministry of Youth and Sport, GBC, as the official broadcaster, was to supervise the technical production teams that were to bring into the country their own production equipment and to undertake the production of the African Games. It is important to clear that GBC was the official broadcaster, but not responsible for the technical production of the games. The technical production was outsourced, as GBC did not have the equipment to produce the games. The following organizations were responsible for the technical production: PGS 1, 2, Quality Media Production SL, 3, the production room TPR. Echna meba metro baby asa group penis in free nipa ye one day and it didn't say a bind this sika ma say won and won produce sa all African Games ni enja GBC a ono na ye the nation's national broadcaster I didn't see a nice so no the entia aban we emu nkrofo tam deal no command nipa foforo banka se fa baby ya sign ne bra fa document ne santo so that's it. Of the total payment made for the games, GBC was only 10 years. GBC was only entitled to $105,000. Therefore, the statement that GBC was paid in excess of $3 million comes as a surprise. The Honorable Samuel Nate George, member and MP for Ningo Pram Pram, also stated that most of the technicians who worked on the African Games have still not been paid. GBC wishes to put it on record that there are no outstanding payments to local technicians who were engaged by GBC to work on the African Games. Mr. Director, payments to local service providers have been effected. GBC staff who were deployed were paid a daily